to talk about this opposites attracting. It's very true. Because it seems like two, let me say, giving people are not allowed to be together. Very few giving people are allowed to be with each other. For the most part, the kind-hearted giving people seem to attract narcissists, or people what they call narcissists, whether it's a man or a woman. I see men attract women that are narcissists, and I see definitely women that attract men who are narcissists. That are narcissists. But it seems like to me, the two kind-hearted people can't be together. It seems like they can't make it work. And I think the reason could be is because they have, even though they are giving people, for some reason, they have given so much of themselves to people who don't deserve it. This is why I'm not against the Bible, because I say a lot of stuff that's in the Bible, I just don't believe in what they're teaching in the church. The way they're teaching the Bible in the church is what I don't believe in. If a person know how to break it down correctly in an esoteric manner, then you can learn a lot. And this is what I have to say. Never cast your pearls to swine. Now, in this case, I'm just using this one example of how these kind-hearted giving people tend to give most of themselves to narcissists, and there's nothing left to a person that's just like them. Because they don't cast too much of their pearls to swine. They cast too much of their pearls to swine. So whenever I meet, whether it's a man or whether it's a female, it doesn't matter to me. When I hear them, and I had to work on myself too, because when you give too much of yourself, too much of your energy, too much of your what you call love, because that ain't love. Whatever you give to somebody who don't appreciate you is not love. That ain't love. We've been taught that's love in a human sense, but that can't be love to give something to somebody who tramples over it. Then that's not real love for that person. That's not true love. Is on a higher frequency, and it can't go to somebody who's going to tear it up. You know, but the person who's giving, I see this all the time. They seem to do so much, but that's because of the dominant energy too. It's a dominant energy in this particular world. It's a dominant energy of I get my way. Narcissists I got mine. You get yours. Survival of the fittest. So it's definitely a dominant mentality like that, right? And so most of the people who still have some compassion left in them and giving and all that stuff, they give to people instead of saving their energy for somebody who shares their characteristics. And if you can't find nobody who shares your characteristics, you need to be by yourself and give to yourself. But not to somebody who's going to keep taking and sucking you dry. I mean, for me, when you got a dominant energy, a dominant mentality like that, that lets me know there's a lot of soulless beings. It's too many soulless beings. That's too many beings that don't have a soul. But no matter what color they are, okay? And there's a lot of people who I have met, who are men or women, that constantly complain about what they done did for somebody, what they done did for their cousin, what they done did for their mother, what they done did for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or whoever, husband, wife, whatever it is. And it's almost like they don't spend so many years of their life giving to people who are ungrateful that they can't even be grateful for a person that shares their characteristics of giving. They can't even be grateful. So when a person like that comes along to them, they're going to misuse the person that's just like them. You see what I mean? This is why I'm not going to share space with that kind of mentality. Okay? I can't share space with that kind of mentality. I don't want to have any sympathy for that kind of mentality. I don't want to have any compassion for that kind of mentality. Because that kind of mentality has no compassion for me. It is very cutthroat. It's very competitive. It don't care if you die. It don't care if they don't care. I cannot have compassion for that kind of mentality. And I'm working on completely getting rid of any patience. Because I think the problem with people who are calling themselves decent, you having is too much patience for this mentality. You're having too much patience. They need to go. They need to get out. Okay, they need to go. And how can most of them go? In my opinion, I believe in a necessary type of evil in a way, but not in the evil like you just a Bill Gates kind of evil, right? An evil in a way that you need to, it's necessary to become like that to move out all of this craziness, okay? To move out all of the craziness, you know. I don't believe in just, oh, I'm just peaceful, I just am full of gratitude, I'm happy. I can't, because unless I'm going to like get out of a physical body and then go to like a different dimension or something, or you know, I have to kind of see this, and I don't care how much I want to meditate and meditate on money and meditate on mantras and meditate on being loved and meditate on gratitude. Yeah, my life might not be, but you still gonna have surroundings, especially if you live in the United States of America. This stuff is in place. This stuff has been in place for a long time in the spiritual realm. It's gonna be a little tough to break that up. But so my thing is that it's good to have peace, but you can have peace and destroy something at the same time too, I feel like. But I think you got to be balanced. I think what it takes is balance. But I don't think I want to be just too completely peaceful in a sense where I'm passive. I don't believe in the passive peacefulness. I believe in destructive peacefulness. I believe I can be peaceful and destroy some stuff. And be peaceful at the same time. I have plenty of gratitude and be completely happy and smiling and destroy some shit. That's what I believe in, because I'm not going to be satisfied with this. People who are genuine, I don't want to change to become a narcissist and be. I don't want to. I can't. That can't be. I don't want to change and become something that's really not in my not a part of who I am. Okay. Now, what I can become is a destroyer. I can become that. I can be a destroyer. Okay, but all this crazy stuff that people do, and you know, just all this craziness, this wickedness, this sabotaging, competitiveness, and all this crazy stuff, and this gossiping and this slander. I don't wanna really be that. Yeah, I don't want to be a person that just completely just slanders somebody else, somebody who just completely just want to give somebody else a hard time for no reason. They not doing nothing. I don't want to be like that. And that's what this, or just be hateful because somebody else is happy, or hate to see somebody else happy. That's getting worse and worse. I'm seeing this a lot more and more people that hate to see other folks that's happy. And when they see that you're happy, they're going to do everything to destroy you. I don't have patience for that energy. Well, I'm going to say it like this. I'm losing patience for that energy, because if I completely lost my patience for it, they would be gone. They wouldn't even exist anymore. Those people that want to hold on to that energy, they wouldn't even be around. Okay, and then the energy will it'll be a transmutation. Okay? So if I was completely tired of it, and then when you're completely tired of it, you have the power to make it go. You have the power to remove it. You have the power to remove mountains. When you finally get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll realize you have the power to move mountains. So obviously the fact that a lot of us might say we're tired of it, but ain't nothing changed, is because we are not completely tired of it yet. We're not completely tired of it yet. You know? Because if we said enough is enough, and you really sick and you don't want to see another day of the stuff, it'll end. It'll end because some kind of creative juice is going to come up in you to remove all of it, destroy it. Okay? So anyway, yeah, I was just talking about how this opposites attracting is because too many people who are kind-hearted give their pearls to swine. man or woman, they give their pearls to swine, okay, and then they have nothing left for somebody who is somewhat like them, okay. It's like when you are so used to abuse and you're so used to being mistreated, you say, I'm tired of it. And finally, you meet somebody that is completely loyal to you, that's completely opposite of everything you experience. You don't experience so much bad crap that when a good person, a loyal person comes, it's hard to even appreciate that person. Because and this is an example, your whole life has been full of nothing but people who misuse, abuse, and just blame you for everything, right? And so your life has been so full of that to the point where when somebody decent does come along that's going to treat you like you kept saying you want to be treated, you're not going to know how to treat him. You're not going to even understand why he or she opens the door, but she shouldn't open the door. But I'm just saying, even if she treats him right. I've experienced this with a man that he's been so given to people that just run all over him, that don't appreciate him. Then meet somebody who finally does to him what he does for other people. He's like, he ain't crap. And a woman is the same way. I met a woman the same way. She's so used to giving to people who don't treat her right, whether it's a friend or a family member or a boyfriend or whatever. And then when they finally meet somebody who's willing to be like they are to people, they don't appreciate it. Because in a way, as much as they complain about how they are being mistreated by somebody else, they're not completely sick of it because that energy keeps coming to them. And I'm talking to myself too. I'm going to call myself out on that too. As much as people complain, and I'm calling myself out on this too, as much as people complain, or these people that I'm describing complain, oh, I'm sick of this, you ain't completely sick of it, because if you were completely sick of it, that energy would leave you. Something in you, something in your body, something in you will completely reject that energy. I don't know if that person will become sick. I don't know if they're going to die. But some way that energy ain't going to be able to fit no more, because your body you are going to reject it. When you completely don't want that shit around you no more, your body or something in you is going to find a way to reject that kind of energy. So the fact that it keeps coming and coming and coming is just like, it's a lot of words, but it's not enough in you that's making that energy to stop coming. Okay? And I'm talking about when a person who keeps attracting similar kinds of people. So yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. But for me, that's what, from what I've seen, that's the reason why two decent people can't seem to be together, because they don't know how to appreciate each other. They don't know how to appreciate each other. One person to be good and the other person to always complain about how they do so much for everybody else. They don't know how to appreciate the person that's just like them, because they never had that before. Because what they don't realize is that's what they are attracted to, and they can't see it because they want to complain about being mistreated so much, but they can't see that's what you're actually attracted to. And if you keep saying you're tired, and 2 years later you still got the same problem, you ain't tired of it. It's actually what you like. It's actually what you like. Because when you meet somebody who really don't want to be bothered with that type of energy no more, it don't come near them hardly. And when it does come near them, it don't stay long. Okay, because there's nothing in them that attracts that type of frequency anymore. Okay? Now, this is not to say, I'm going to go into I want to make another video, but I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to say it. I do want to talk about how I feel like the rules of this game is bigger than frequency and vibration. And the reason I say that is because there's entities that rule the world that have chosen certain groups of people in certain countries. I don't care if it's Mexico or different places, where those people are in poverty, where those people suffer, and they go to those lands and they tear it up and they do all kinds of stuff. And so when it comes to this raising frequency and attracting and like, at some point it's like I gotta it comes the point to realize too that certain people that's terrorizing other people maybe need to be overturned. But that's a different conversation. But in this case, attracting narcissists and attracting people who don't treat you right, and then when somebody else that's like you, that's giving and stuff, they come to try to be nice to you, it's hard for you to accept it. It's because a large part of you, don't really want to be treated with respect. A large part of you is attracted to abuse. And it's hard for people to look at that, you know. But anyway, I'll talk later.